Uważaj.
In 1982, road workers in Utah, USA, made a chilling discovery while digging in a swamp. At first, they believed it was a murder site due to the numerous skulls they found. However, experts soon determined that the skulls were not recent. As they continued their investigation, they were astonished to find the remains of 168 people. The swamp's unique conditions had preserved the skulls remarkably well, revealing that they dated back to the Archaic period, approximately 5100 BC. This remarkable find shed light on ancient history and provided valuable insights into the lives of people who lived thousands of years ago. The CCTV footage shows a city alleyway. As we watch, a person runs from left to right, but something odd catches our eye. Upon closer inspection, the person seems to lack legs and floats through objects on the right side of the screen. The video has sparked numerous theories, from alien visitation to black magic rituals or just a simple prank. Yet, none have explained the origin or nature of this strange figure. Despite the mystery, one thing is certain: it has captured the attention of many, leaving them curious about its true identity. In adverse weather conditions, rough waves crash against the Black Sea port in Barton, Turkey. The footage shows the MV Arvin, a dry bulk carrier, battling the elements.
Biz
The captain's distress signal echoes in the background. The sea calms momentarily, but the situation worsens. Rescue ships arrive to film the remnants of the sinking vessel. It's a tragic reminder of nature's cruelty. The sea's merciless power claims the ship, leaving us with a harrowing scene. This incident serves as a stark warning of how unpredictable and unforgiving nature can be. In this mysterious security footage, we enter a typical garage through a wide-angle fisheye lens, offering a wide view. The scene is set at night, with cars parked outside and gardening items scattered nearby. Suddenly, a strange light descends from the sky, briefly vanishing before penetrating through the side of a parked truck. Its initial appearance is sausage-like, but as it moves, it takes on a wisp-like form. The enigmatic light enters the garage and swiftly disappears, leaving no signs of anyone nearby. Upon closer inspection, the light's movements appear purposeful but peculiar. Could this eerie video be evidence of a haunting ghost? Or is there another explanation? In the Sunshine State, an unexpected robbery unfolds. A woman pays for her food at the counter when a second man brandishes a weapon at the cashier. Sensibly, the woman retreats, allowing the man to take what he wants. He climbs over the counters, forcing the cashier to comply. The cash register is emptied into the thief's bag. Despite the cashier's explanation that he's just working, the thief remains unfazed. Fearing for his safety, the cashier calls the police. It's been a tough day for him, facing danger in the most unexpected of places, Florida, where anything can happen. Under the watchful eye of a ring camera, an SUV is brazenly stolen. It's a Chevy Tahoe, taken effortlessly in broad daylight. A man approaches the vehicle, rummages through his pockets, and remarkably manages to unlock the door. Apparently, it wasn't even locked. Without a key, he starts the car and nonchalantly drives away. Astonishingly, this entire heist takes just 60 seconds flat, and your car could be gone too. The audacity and speed of the theft leave us stunned, reminding us to stay vigilant and protect our vehicles from such swift opportunists. While driving with family through the woods, a person captures a mysterious figure dressed in white, seemingly traveling at lightning speed. The figure appears to float, sparking debates in the comments about its authenticity. Some believe the speed is an illusion, while others call it a fake. In a breathtaking video, a drone captures a tree thrashing wildly in the forest. Some believe it could be the elusive Bigfoot, known for shaking trees. It's truly remarkable, if real. Yet others who've witnessed similar occurrences remain doubtful. As the footage plays on, skepticism grows. Has anyone else ever witnessed such a phenomenon? The mystery remains unsolved, leaving us to wonder about the incredible possibilities that exist in the vast wilderness. In this video, shoppers at Costco are rushing towards the exits of the store. A man carrying a weapon later appears in the aisle, causing panic. It's unclear how the shoppers were alerted, but they took the threat seriously and hurried out. It must have been a terrifying experience for them. Luckily, the store was eventually cleared, and nobody was harmed by the man. Considering the large number of customers, it's surprising that nobody got injured during the rush of people exiting. The incident must have left a lasting impact on everyone involved. In this video, there's a couple with a twist. They are sly and armed criminals. They casually enter a store, strolling through to the cashier. The man exits first, followed by the seemingly joyful lady akin to a kangaroo. It's unclear what they stole, concealed in the bag the happy lady carries. Now the police are on their trail, seeking this devious duo. Unlike the admired couples on social media, this pair is up to no good. The tale unfolds as authorities race to apprehend the cunning culprits, hoping justice will prevail. In Singapore, a driver enjoys music while driving behind a taxi. Suddenly, the taxi encounters an otherworldly issue. A sentient and aggressive mist enters through its window, compelling the driver to stop. Inside the cab, a strange and ghostly encounter unfolds. The scene illuminates a few times, hinting at a possible paranormal confrontation. However, the video ends abruptly, leaving us uncertain about the outcome or the passenger's safety. Was it a CGI trick, or did something truly supernatural occur? The mystery remains unsolved. Late at night on a July evening in 2020, a person gets an alert on their phone about movement outside their house. Curious, they check the feed and spot a naked man walking up their driveway, acting strangely. The man appears disoriented as he paces about and grabs the garden hose before disappearing from the camera's view momentarily. In 2008, a video surfaced, displaying a peculiar flying machine hovering in the sky without wings or tail. The footage seems to originate from the 1960s or 70s, depicting a person maneuvering the unidentified craft. Another segment exhibits tests at what appears to be a base or production facility. Despite extensive speculation, the purpose and origin of this enigmatic vehicle remain unknown. The video has triggered various theories, ranging from extraterrestrial visitation to military experimentation or a possible hoax. Some suggest it could be a UFO, while others speculate it resembles the Williams X-Jet, a covert experimental aircraft from the 1980s, equipped with advanced technology for stealth and vertical takeoff. As concrete evidence remains elusive, the mysterious vintage footage continues to captivate UFO enthusiasts and skeptics, kindling debates about the existence of alien life and secret military advancements. Until more information surfaces, viewers are left pondering the true nature of this perplexing flying vehicle. In this video, a man strolls past the Costco checkout with 24 bottles of Hennessy. To prevent theft, there are checkers stationed at the exit. They make sure everyone leaves with their paid items. The man ignores the receipt checker and walks out of the store. The checker chases him, but he keeps walking. Security cameras capture the whole incident, allowing the police to identify him effortlessly. There was a daring and dangerous female robber. She fearlessly strolls into a jewelry store, calmly eyeing the sparkling diamonds and precious watches. This audacious act took place at a Jared vault in North Carolina, but it wasn't her first escapade. Authorities believe it's her sixth heist since April, hitting jewelry stores in various states. The FBI is on high alert, seeking her capture. Descriptions suggest she's in her late 20s or early 30s, standing at about 5 feet 8 inches and weighing approximately 130 pounds. What's remarkable is that she conducts these armed robberies alone, even in broad daylight.
In all my decades in this business, she's the only female I have seen who has gone in and conducted these armed robberies by herself.
Surveillance footage shows her methodically emptying cases, having acquired keys from the back room where she leaves the store employees bound with zip ties. She wears workout gear in some robberies, earning her the nickname Jogger Jewel Thief. Authorities suspect she might have an accomplice, as they spotted a man in surveillance tapes at different jewelry stores, seemingly communicating with her through an earpiece. The FBI is determined to catch her before she strikes again. In Keohukona, Hawaii, the danger lurks amidst breathtaking beauty. Towering waves like colossal buildings threaten to engulf neighborhoods.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, let's go.
People witness in awe as the waves crash over seawalls, disrupting parties and events. With limited space to retreat inland on the island, they helplessly stand around, hoping to salvage their gatherings. The day is radiant, fooling them into believing they have ample time to reach their events. But Mother Nature has different plans. In an instant, the sunny day turns chaotic, reminding everyone of the real and ever-present risk nature can pose, even in the most paradisiacal places on Earth. In the quiet of the night in Colorado, 3 mountain lions emerge from the shadows near a cluster of houses. They wander curiously, even stepping onto a porch. It's an incredibly rare sight in this area, where these majestic creatures usually stick to the mountains, hunting deer. Encounters with people are unusual, let alone in a neighborhood. Thankfully, the mountain lions eventually leave, but had the homeowners left their pets outside or been out themselves, the outcome might have been different. A reminder of the wild lurking in the darkness, a delicate balance between human habitation and nature's wonders. Living on the edge of the woods, uncertainty looms. This video captures a child urging their parents. Dogs bark without reason in the backyard. Father arrives investigating movement among the trees. A furry bipedal creature is revealed. It disappears but reappears, hinting at others' presence.
Watch.
Oh yeah, right there, look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
The creature strolls, seemingly unaware of being watched. Some speculate it's human, but its height and fur suggest otherwise.
Oh yeah, right there, look.
Could this be Bigfoot, as the comments suggest? Or is there another explanation for this enigmatic revelation? The mystery remains unsolved, leaving us wondering about the strange beings lurking beyond our sight. As the drone glides above the forest, it stumbles upon something bright and white among the trees. Curious, it descends for a closer look. To its surprise, the white object is a woman clad in a flowing dress. She doesn't appear lost or frightened, but rather, she gazes hauntingly at the drone. Some call her a white witch, while others suggest she might be a ghost. Her presence remains an enigma. Why would a woman dressed in white venture so deep into the wilderness, miles away from civilization? The mystery of her purpose lingers, leaving everyone puzzled by her unusual presence in the middle of the woods. This unsettling footage reveals a phenomenon known as breathing earth. It occurs when loose ground meets strong winds, causing an unusual spectacle. Various theories attempt to explain this rare occurrence, some even suggesting a giant creature lurking beneath the surface. However, the truth is more down to earth. The larger trees brace against the wind, supporting the smaller ones around them. Yet despite the explanation, you wouldn't want to find yourself trapped amidst this natural dance of the earth's breath. In a small town in the Philippines, there's a school with an intriguing tale to tell. The custodial worker, going about his usual business on the veranda, encountered something extraordinary. While he swept the floor, mysterious objects shifted behind him, all captured by the security cameras.
Oh my.
Some believe the wind is the culprit, but the objects are too heavy, and the trees remain still. Zooming in, you can see a broom and dustpan gliding across the floor. Was it a supernatural force at play, or just a prank on the unsuspecting cleaner? The answer to this eerie enigma remains shrouded in mystery. In an Oklahoma City subway restaurant, the day carries on with usual business. Customers are served one after another. Among them, a man in a green shirt catches everyone's attention. He approaches the counter and the young workers sense something amiss. They quickly drop to the ground as the man brandishes a weapon. Everyone knows it's best not to challenge a dangerous situation. It's not worth risking their lives for a job that pays only around $10 or $11 an hour. They stay calm, prioritizing their safety over anything else. The tense atmosphere reminds them of the fragility of life in such unexpected moments. In 2019, Max Vest rented an Airbnb room, oblivious to the hidden black camera under the mirror capturing him in bed. Another sneaky spy camera lurked in a plug-in deodorizer. The whole room was bugged, undetectable to an average eye. Even in hotels, you might unknowingly encounter spy cameras, like one hidden in an innocuous lamp. It's terrifying to think how someone can invade your privacy without you ever noticing. So, stay vigilant, whether you travel or live with strangers, as these creepy cameras may lurk around. One morning at 4:30 a.m., cameras captured a man sprinting from his neighbor's house, across the street, through his front yard, and up to his front door. The man was naked, using his hand to cover himself. The footage was caught from two angles. He was arrested later by the local police and seemed to be high on crystal meth. He removed his clothes because he feared snakes hiding in them. Running around the neighborhood, he desperately sought help, knocking on doors and ringing doorbells. The neighborhood had always been peaceful, and the homeowner had never faced any issues before this bizarre incident. In Florida, Dan Watson is using a drone to film his family at the beach. Suddenly, he spots a creature in the water swimming dangerously close to a crowd. It's a shark, distinguished by its straight dorsal fin unlike a dolphin's curved one. The unaware crowd remains oblivious to the shark's presence. Florida being the shark attack capital makes this all the more terrifying. Fortunately, the shark doesn't attack anyone this time, but it's a close call. The drone captures this heart-stopping footage, reminding us of the danger lurking in the sea. It's a chilling reminder of how quickly things could have taken a dangerous turn. Once, there was a man named Doug Loaders, and he had a son named Kyle. Kyle was a local football player in Fenton, Missouri. Tragically, at the young age of 20, he passed away in a car accident while heading to play a football game. Months later, a man named Brian Roth took a photo at the same football field. In the picture, there was a peculiar white apparition. Curious and a bit scared, Brian sent the photo to Fox News. When Doug saw the news story, he believed the angelic figure was his son, Kyle, watching over the beloved football field he cherished. This incredible incident occurred in Minnesota, leaving drivers amazed. A small single-engine plane had engine trouble, and the crew knew they couldn't reach an airport in time. With no other option, they made an emergency landing on the highway, colliding with another vehicle. The impact also damaged part of the road. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the highway had to be closed for a few hours. It's not every day you witness a highway becoming a runway. A truly remarkable and fortunate event for everyone involved. In a chilling video, eerie security footage emerges from this person's workplace. A dark figure strolls through the yard and strangely walks straight through a wall. Though the camera quality is poor, the uploader mentions that the area beside it is water. Yet the figure walks unaffected. This workplace lies in northern Italy along the Brentella Canal, an ancient canal built in the mid-15th century to manage water supply and drainage. Historical records recount a violent struggle over water control in the region. Some speculate that this haunting apparition might be a wandering spirit, trapped in time from that turbulent past, leaving us intrigued and mystified. In a thrilling video, Adient takes us on a wild adventure in a dense jungle. Suddenly, a distant shout pierces the air. Undeterred, he pushes deeper into the jungle. Then, a mysterious figure emerges from the ground, sending shivers down the cameraman's spine. Fearing for his life, he attempts to escape, but it's futile. The figure catches up to him, causing him to trip, though it seems he wasn't thrown intentionally. Despite picking himself up, the encounter leaves an indelible mark on his memory. suspense continues to grip us as the story unfolds. On a cold Alaskan night, Ian Heinrichs was in his garage workshop when a heater exploded, engulfing the building in flames. Local authorities couldn't find him amidst the vast forest roads. Suddenly, Buddy, the Heinrichs family dog, appeared on the road. The state trooper decided to follow Buddy, who led them straight to the raging fire. The trooper radioed firefighters thanks to Buddy's guidance. Although the garage was destroyed, the house was saved with only minor damage. The town of Anchorage honored Buddy for his heroics and gave him an engraved stainless steel dog bowl.
If it wasn't for him, I don't want to imagine what could have happened. We would have lost everything, and probably more damage would have been done to the neighborhood if it wasn't for my dog.
Thanks to Buddy, they didn't lose everything and the neighborhood was safe. This video reveals a cunning thief in action. The scene unfolds in a store where the camera captures a white-capped guy paying for his items. Moments later, a young lady steps up to the counter. She enters her details, but her true intention is hidden in her swift and sly hands. She effortlessly snatches a wallet lying nearby and conceals it before the cashier notices. The owner of the lost wallet remains unknown, but patience seems futile in a world where possessions are rarely returned. Beware of losing valuable items, for no one seems willing to be honest anymore. Watch her moves, quick as lightning, and learn from this cautionary tale. In an African country, a fascinating ceremony takes place. People gather to witness a bewildering spectacle. A levitating man. Suspended high above the ground, he effortlessly spins in the air. No strings or structures support him, leaving the crowd amazed. It's no illusion, as there are no tricks to deceive the audience. Their reactions are genuine, questioning if this could be genuine levitation captured on camera. With no trees or buildings nearby for him to hang on to, the mystery deepens. Is this a rare display of true levitation, or is there a scientific explanation yet to be revealed? In this chilling security footage from Vision Paranormal, a darkly hooded figure emerges in a normal hallway, watched by a camera. With caution, it peers from the shadowy stairwell, as if checking for onlookers. Slowly it descends the stairs, appearing sinister and wary. It moves like it's stalking its prey rather than being afraid. As it comes into full view, the figure dons a traditional European cloak, resembling the Grim Reaper's visage. Though we can't tell if it carries any harmful tools, its careful and eerie demeanor raises concern about its devilish intent. In the eerie night, a doorbell camera records something peculiar. A nearly see-through figure glides across the property, faceless and mysterious. Its visibility wanes as it moves, leaving behind faint footstep sounds, barely audible. The bewildered house owner watches the footage, puzzled by the enigma. An investigation yields nothing unusual, leaving the identity of the phantom undetermined. The haunting figure remains a puzzle, shrouded in darkness and secrecy, forever concealed in the memories of that perplexing night. In the mountains of California, this person with the username JoeyMac420 is motorbiking with his friend on a secluded trail. Suddenly, they spot a strange person approaching, looking familiar yet eerie.
And it was all fun and games until a freaking ghost girl just comes out of nowhere.
Joey veers off the path in fear. Later, his friend encounters her too, but she behaves oddly.
It's so creepy, Brennan's gonna freak out. Do I go back and look for him? What? Where did she come from?
Joey realizes she matches a missing person's description, Carly Lane Gus. He contacts the sheriff, and the call sounds genuine.
I think I might have seen the girl.
Do you know the name of the person?
Yes, it's Carly Goose.
Okay, do you know the cross street to Batista Canyon? Okay, do you remember what color shirt and pants she was wearing? And she was by herself.
Yeah, she's by herself. And she fits the description too. She's about 5'7".
Others have seen Carly too, in a daze, holding something unknown. It's puzzling how she survived for over a year. Sadly, despite Joey's report, Carly remains missing till the present time. In the dead of night, a thief sneaks into a closed Subway restaurant. Anxious and constantly checking over their shoulder, They struggle at the register. The loot might only be $200 to $300, but it's worth it for this daring thief. Armed with a screwdriver, they break open the register, wary of any hidden eyes. Their movements become frantic as they pry the drawer open with difficulty. After a few tense minutes, they yank out the entire box for better leverage. Finally, they make off with the register, leaving the restaurant vulnerable until morning. In the beautiful city of Honolulu, Hawaii, the people live in a tropical paradise. But not everything is as perfect as it seems. One day, a terrifying scenario unfolds when a ballistic missile alert goes off randomly. Panic spreads like wildfire, and the islanders face a chilling nightmare.
A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill.
Believing the missile was real, they desperately seek cover, even jumping into manholes and bunkers. It turns out that someone at the Emergency Management Agency made a critical mistake, pushing the wrong button twice. The fake alarm feels real, eroding trust in future emergency alerts. This incident serves as a reminder that fear can be all too real, even in paradise. In this shocking video, a woman is at a busy Costco parking lot, loading her groceries into her car. A car backs into the space in front of her, and a man sneaks out, swipes her purse, and quickly returns to the vehicle. They drive off, leaving her unaware of the theft until later.
It's a little bit shocking because we come here all the time and it's a high traffic area.
Thankfully, her dashboard camera captured the entire incident, including the license plate. With this crucial evidence, the police were able to catch the thieves and recover her stolen belongings. This serves as a reminder to stay vigilant and secure our belongings, especially in crowded places. This is a video posted by Doorbell News. In this tale, a man slides open the door and sneaks inside a house. The place seems empty. He places his bag on the table and starts hunting for precious things. He seizes a laptop from the table and a MacBook from the sofa. Even the drawers don't offer much. Disappointed, he packs his bag and departs. It's distressing to witness such a scene on camera. Hopefully the police will nab this thief soon. Let's hope justice prevails and peace returns to the house. In Houston, a routine workday takes an unexpected turn for a Subway employee. Suddenly, robbers storm into the store. One of them swiftly jumps over the counter, while the other follows slowly, collecting items from the floor. The hostages comply and drop their belongings. The robbers aim their weapons at the employees behind the counter. Another person enters as backup. Their actions are coordinated, suggesting they are experienced. After grabbing all the money they can, the group makes a smooth escape. The surveillance footage captures the daring robbery, leaving the Subway employee and witnesses shaken but unharmed. In this intriguing video, a question arises. Is the cat truly flying, or are eyes deceiving us? The eerie clip shows a paranormal cat supposedly lifted by an unseen force. However, upon closer examination, we notice the person lying beside the cat is asleep and moves along with it. Watching more attentively, it becomes apparent that the person in bed might have shifted the cat from one side to the other. Their arm possibly blended with the background, creating the illusion of invisibility. So while it appears supernatural at first glance, a logical explanation emerges upon closer scrutiny. In February 2011, a family went for target practice in a field. The father set up cans as targets and taught his son how to aim a weapon. A helicopter circled above, but they thought nothing of it. The son fired a .22, and his dad applauded. Then the dad noticed a figure on the top right of the video, running. He grabbed the weapon and looked back. Others were unaware. The figure went from running to crouching on rocks. People speculated it could be Bigfoot or a suspect on the run, explaining the helicopter. The mystery of the figure remained unsolved. In the quiet community of Florence, South Carolina, an uncommon event unfolds. A police officer spots a red truck speeding ahead, and from a safe distance, he follows and checks the license plates. Eventually, he pulls over the truck, going faster than the limit. As he approaches, he asks the driver for information. The driver mentions they're heading from Florida to Georgia, but soon the situation turns chaotic.
What you traveling so fast for?
I'm trying to get home. I ain't going.
Where y'all headed?
Well, we coming back from Georgia.
What part of Georgia?
Atlanta, I think. ATL.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, ATL, that's Atlanta.
Yes.
Where y'all headed?
Back to South Carolina.
What part of South Carolina?
Myrtle Beach.
Okay, I got you.
The passenger jumps into the driver's seat and speeds away, leaving the woman behind. The officers pursue and discover the wrecked truck later. Fortunately, the woman's life is saved by the officers' actions, but the borrowed vehicle is beyond repair. In the clip, a doorbell security camera catches an out-of-control tire careening towards a house. With a loud crash, the tire slams into the front door and strangely rings the doorbell. The tire rests in the yard, emitting smoke. A bewildered person appears on the scene, clearly shocked by the incident. It looks like same-day delivery services have become overly hasty these days. In a mysterious video, a man from a Swiss Alps village hears strange noises from the mountains. Curiosity overtakes him, and he climbs to the top to investigate. Trembling, he captures a shocking sight on his camera. Two colossal figures stand in the distance, subtly moving, ruling out the possibility of statues.
Ne znam da li je moguće. Ne znam da ste vidli. Ili mislim možda što sam sam ovde. Kao da mi se učinilo. Ne znam da ste vidli, molim vas zavratite. Ništa se ne vidi. Ništa ne vidim I dalje.
The man, feeling peace and no threat, believes they might be angels or otherworldly beings. When viewed through an infrared lens, the figures appear genuine, not fake or computer-generated. The enigma remains unsolved, leaving viewers to decide if something supernatural truly graced the mountaintop. What exactly did he encounter? The answer remains elusive. As Moto 2 Wrist rides his motorcycle through India, he takes a wrong turn and becomes lost. Dark clouds gather in the sky, and the narrow, high beams of his bike are his only source of light. Fear starts to consume him, and just when he's on the verge of losing his composure, he spots something terrifying. A stranger suddenly appears from the roadside. It's 10 at night, and there are no villages nearby for miles. Moto 2 Wrist can't believe someone would venture out in such bad weather without even a flashlight. He panics, thinking it's a ghost, and hastily speeds away, unaware that the stranger might have needed help. In this video, we observe two robbers attempting to break into a person's home under the veil of darkness. They wear bulky clothes and hats as a disguise. While one of the men fiddles with something, the homeowner surprises them by speaking into a microphone saying, "Hello."
Hello? Yo.
The unexpected voice startles the robbers, causing them to reconsider their plan. In a matter of moments, fear sets in, and they swiftly choose to abandon their illicit mission, fleeing from the area. In this video, a chilling scene unfolds inside a vast warehouse. A worker is busy stacking boxes when something eerie happens. The pallet, laden with boxes, glides across the floor, barely missing the worker. But the strange events don't cease there. The just-shelved boxes abruptly tumble down. The man himself suddenly falls, dragged by an unseen force, as his leg extends outward. While the falling boxes might be part of a prank, the worker's inexplicable dragging seems challenging to fake. The question lingers. Is it a clever hoax or a genuinely haunted warehouse, plagued by a perilous poltergeist? In a bustling shopping center called Plaza Metropoli in Mexico City, a peculiar event unfolded on a security camera. A guard stands by an empty dining table, inspecting an unseen presence. He gestures and talks as if communicating with an invisible person. The footage then shifts to another camera, showing him anxiously checking for pursuers before hurrying indoors and vanishing from view. The guard's strange interaction with the unseen entity raises suspicion, leaving viewers puzzled. Was it a tired mind playing tricks, a harmless office prank, or something more eerie? Some shiver at the chilling thought that a ghostly visitor might have truly haunted them all that night. In Australia, a man named Simon Lawrence was flying his drone above his boat while he and his friends were crabbing. Suddenly, they noticed the drone had captured something more frightening than any crab, a massive great white shark silently nearing their boat. Simon acted swiftly, cutting loose the crab pot, in hopes of distracting the predator. Luckily, it worked, but it was a close call. Great white sharks are known to tip over boats by ramming them at full speed. Fortunately, Simon and his friends managed to escape the perilous encounter, leaving the sharks and crabs behind. In New York, a couple plans to use a property for hunting and sets up a trail camera. They find a spooky sight in the footage, a little girl who looks like a ghost. The town is shaken, but some doubt it's a ghost. The eerie image goes viral, and people demand answers.
I think it's a ghost.
Why do you say that?
Because look at her. It's definitely a spirit.
I think it's just a little girl playing in the woods. I don't think it's a ghost.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe whatever you see on social media nowadays.
I guess I would be scared of ghosts.
A paranormal expert investigates, and finally, the truth emerges. It's no ghost. It's a local businessman with his granddaughter on a four-wheeler path. The false ghost girl was a disappointment for those hoping for a spooky tale. But sometimes what seems unnatural turns out to have a simple explanation. In recent weeks, a video has taken social media by storm. It features a group of tourists on a boat passing by a bizarre sea creature. The creature appears to be floating with its arms outstretched. At first, viewers thought it might be a creature from another planet due to its strange shape and movements. However, as the footage continues, the creature becomes increasingly difficult to identify. Despite numerous theories, no one can determine what it could be. Some say it could be a dugong or manatee, while others propose the possibility of an undiscovered sea creature. In 2021, there was an incident when the ocean caught fire due to a leak from an underwater pipeline near the oil company named Pemex. The fire spread rapidly, lighting up the sea for over 5 hours. Brave firefighters had to use ocean water to extinguish the intense flames. If the fire persisted, the nearby oil rig could have exploded, but fortunately they managed to stop it just in time. The incident served as a reminder of the importance of safety measures and prompt actions in dealing with such emergencies at sea. In this fascinating tale, we journey into the skies with a U.S. Army Predator drone on its routine patrol. Suddenly, the drone senses an enormous and swift presence in its airspace, an unidentified flying object. Swiftly, it zooms past, illuminating the surroundings with a burst of dazzling white light, causing the drone's camera to momentarily glitch. Speculations arise that this mysterious object might be emitting electromagnetic pulses. The drone makes a curious turn to investigate but finds nothing. In Vietnam, a massive religious statue attracts hundreds of villagers who gather around it, singing in awe. Suddenly, the statue appears to come to life, extending its arm toward the crowd. The cameraman is moved to tears by this miraculous sight. Though made of stone, the statue's sides begin to flap like wings, astonishing the entire crowd. It's clear that this isn't a mere object covering the statue, as everyone nearby witnesses its movements. At one point, the enormous statue even seems to wave. Although it eventually returns to its still state, some believe that a real angel may have inhabited the sacred figure. In Japan's Mount Fudigo, a climber captures an insane video as he is attacked by a bear. The bear sneaks up from behind, startling the hiker. But he manages to defend himself, and the bear retreats down the slope. Later, the climber reveals that while reaching the summit, he spotted a mother bear with her cubs, and the attack was likely an act of protection. Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a man who seemed like an ordinary shopper. He would visit his local convenience store, but little did anyone know that he was no ordinary customer. This man had a secret habit of stealing snacks and drinks every time he came in. The store's employees had nicknamed him Gatorade Man because he had a particular fondness for the sports drink. He would stroll in, fill up his blue bag with chips, cakes, candy, and soda, and casually walk out without paying. This went on for months, and the owner, Dennis Alloy, was fed up with the constant pilfering. He didn't want his employees to confront the thief physically, so he sought a different solution. He shared the thief's picture with a neighborhood acquaintance, hoping to raise awareness about the issue. To Dennis's surprise, the neighbor knew the man and promised to handle the matter. A few days later they met, and the thief admitted to his mistakes. He confessed about his drug problem and the efforts he was making to change.
Drives me crazy. It takes a toll. For my employees, I don't want them confronting him physically. It's just not worth any potential bad result. He comes at will and gets away with it at will. He would come in. Oftentimes it was a few days in a row, then I wouldn't see him for a little while, then it would be a lot. And these guys that work for me, they have some responsibility in the store, and they feel terrible when things like this happen. There needs to be some consequences on what happens. I'm not looking to throw someone in jail and ruin their lives, for what is considered petty theft. But there needs to be some consequence.
Dennis decided to give him a chance to turn his life around. In an unconventional twist, Dennis offered him a job in the store.
There was a local neighborhood guy. We were just discussing what issues I have as a businessman. And I talked about the crime and the shoplifting, and I showed a picture of Gatorade Man. And the guy there from the neighborhood's like, I know that guy. And he's like, I'm going to take care of this for you. And 2 days later, he texts me and says, I want to meet you, and I've got the guy here, so let's have a meeting.
The man accepted the opportunity and worked hard, making amends for his actions. Although he had one relapse, he genuinely tried to mend his ways.
I was not happy about him at that point. He was a big problem. He was terrorizing my employees. He had stolen from me multiple times. So I went in with kind of a angry mood, and we started talking. And again, I don't want to put people in jail for things like this and ruin them. But we talked, and he kind of explained to me, and he was sincere and apologetic. He talked about his drug problem and how he's been in rehab. And I felt like he was trying to address that. And I think he understood that this had to end. And we kind of just shook hands.
Man, I apologize. I sincerely apologize. Dennis, I apologize to Dennis. Y'all remember me? I came here and took stuff, and I apologize.
He worked for me for a full day, probably 10 hours. He scrubbed my dispensers and cleaned up the parking lot. I saw him on the cameras as I was sitting in my office just to make sure he was doing what he had to do. And actually, I wish my employees could do as good a job as he did. So after the conversation, I hadn't seen him for several weeks. One night, I got a phone call from an employee saying, hey, he's back. And I'm like, no way.
Since that night, the Gatorade Man hasn't been seen in the store again. The experience taught Dennis that sometimes, instead of punitive measures, showing understanding and providing opportunities for change can lead to positive transformations. And that was how the story of the Gatorade Man came to an end, with a surprising twist and a lesson in forgiveness and redemption. In 2020, 2 men stumbled upon an astonishing find: a colossal snake in a Florida swamp. It was an 18-foot Burmese python, the biggest ever discovered in the USA. How did this python end up in Florida? People used to keep them as pets, but many escaped or were intentionally released. Consequently, the Burmese python population in Florida surged dramatically over 15 years, making them wild animals now. Brave snake catchers like these guys make good money, earning up to $150 per captured snake. They risk their lives to catch these deadly creatures, documenting their daring captures on social media. $150 indeed sounds tempting. Hold on to our final clip, which is the most scariest and creepiest one. And if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our creepiest videos. In 2022, on New Year's Eve, 3 policemen received a call from a neighbor about strange noises coming from a nearby house. They were disturbed when they arrived and found the source of the noises. The house had once belonged to a cannibalistic family that enjoyed butchering humans and making grotesque dishes from their remains. Before this incident, a young woman named Kamilka had been inside the house with some friends, foolishly trying to summon the spirits of the cannibalistic family with a Ouija board. Things took a dark turn, and Kamilka became feral and barricaded herself in a room, seemingly possessed.
Jezu, jak to Oda tak warczy? Ja pierdzielę.
No, totalnie.
Pierdolę, ja dostaję tylko 5000 zł, kurwa, pensji. Idź pan do...
Uważaj.
Kamilka! Kamila!
Ona jest nad nami u góry, od góry coś widzi.
Znamione byśmy się zamienili pozycjami, to może byśmy sami zrobić. Odsuń się i
Nie?
uważaj, bo łeb kurwa zostanie.
Drut ma jakiś.
Nie, niech pan wyjdzie i obrócimy wieczką wyglądu.
The police couldn't get her to come out. In an effort to rescue her, they placed a ladder near her room but were unsuccessful.
Milka! Tu jesteś, dzikuska. Chodź, misiu. Nie bardziej jak świnia, kurwa. Chodź. Chodź tu, kurwo. Chodź tu. Chodź tu, Kamilka. Kamilka, tu coś cię widzę. No nie czołgaj się. Kamilka! Dziecko cię woła. Kamilka! Wiktoria cię woła!
Eventually, Kamilka was taken to the hospital, where she mysteriously returned to normal. Doctors found no medical explanation for her behavior. To this day, the events in the haunted house remain an unsolved and eerie mystery. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.